What's up, everybody? How you doing, Florida Supercon? Oh, come on, you can do way better than that. It's Sunday. It's awesome. We have a great panel right now. Are you guys excited for this panel? Well, do me a favor. Help me make a round of sound and welcome to the stage the one, the only, Tara Strong.
Is this sexy?
Ow.
You guys are weird.
How are you? Welcome to Florida Supercon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here. I mean, look at all these people who came out to see you.
They're so cute. Thank you, guys.
So, have you gotten to leave the convention and travel around Florida at all and see the
Not
sights?
much. Not much.
Around?
Yeah, I mean, the first day I was here, my husband has some family here, so we went to Boca. That was exciting. And it was fun to see his family. You know, they're getting older. You got to say hi.
Of course, yeah.
And then I went to Miami to see a friend of his, and that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, did this happen here?
No, that would be really bad.
Oh.
No, I broke this the day after Mother's Day. There's 40 fractures.
40?
And I had to cancel 2 cons. You guys are the first con that I was allowed to fly for, so yeah.
That's intense. 40 fractures. Wow.
I like to win things.
That's definitely the most I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, by the way, we're going to have a microphone here. If you guys want to ask any questions, this is, of course, a Q&A for all the fans. So if you want to, you can start lining up. Make sure you line it around the room there. And then make your way back to your seat when you're done with your question. Wow, look how fast they all ran up.
They love me.
All right, you know what? There's a lot of people who want to ask questions. I just think the best to just turn it over to the fans. And
I agree. I like that.
all right, cool. Let's do it. Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name's Diego. First of all, I'm a huge fan of your work all my life, and I wanted to know, recently you took over the role of Rocky the Squirrel from the late June Parade, and did you find it hard to step into the shoes of someone who has pretty much based a character the whole life and take over from there?
You know, that's always a challenge when you weren't the first and people really love the actor, and obviously June is a legend, so it was scary. And when I first started the show, they told me they wanted Rocky a little bit deeper and darker and not quite exactly a voice match. But it was really strange. She passed away right after we started, and I swear she jumped in my body and was like, "This is how Rocky speaks, dumb Tara! Sheesh, Bullwinkle!" And it just became more like June's Rocky, so.
So good.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much, and that was awesome.
Yeah, you do that really well. That voice is perfect. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Allison. Is it okay if I ask 2 questions?
There's a lot of people here.
Okay, I'll ask one. Okay, so since I was 9, I never really wanted it to be my main job, but I wanted to try voice acting, and I've been looking into it for years now. But I wanted to know where do people find agents? How do you know what a good studio is? Oh my God, a good agency is.
Okay, so for starters, because I know a lot of people have this same question, so pay attention. Ready? Never ever pay to audition. Not a dime. There's not one person in my business that got there because they paid to audition. When you get a good agent who you can find on the Screen Actors Guild website, if you just look for the SAG website, SAG, it's the Screen Actors Guild, they have a list of reputable agents in your area, and then they get a percentage of what you make.
Okay.
So that's the most important thing.
Oh, so I don't have to pay them, it's just a percentage of what I make.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good
And
luck.
if you have any other questions, you can just see her at her table later on.
True.
And you can ask. All right, hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. My memory for Friday, I'm the one with the poster. I wanted to ask something that you probably get asked a lot, but I have to ask. You and Greg Sipes have been teasing on Twitter about a possible Teen Titans Season 6.
I don't know what you're talking about. You guys want season 6? Paging Sam Register. Paging Sam Register. Okay, so you guys are all witnesses now, right? we were at a recording and they asked us to sign a bunch of posters, and there was a gentleman from Warner Brothers there, and the question came up about season 6, and he said, if this movie does really well, we'll bring back season 6. Wow. And I looked at him and I'm like, can I video you saying that? And he said, yeah. And I said, can I tweet it? And he said, yeah. So if he lied, you guys can all get him. But we all heard him say it, so I tweeted it, and let's hope it's true. But meanwhile, I've seen the movie, and even if you're a much bigger fan of the original Teen Titans, it's really funny. Okay. So you won't be wasting your time.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's also Elizabeth. So, in an interview, don't quote me on this one because I'm trying to figure out where it came from, you mentioned how aspiring voice actors should make bold decisions and not be stupid in the sense of what you do with your career. There seems to be a fine line between the two, but so what's the difference between making bold decisions and just being stupid?
I don't think I said that, but I can't imagine I said don't be stupid. Because you're welcome to be stupid in a show. Really, it's just more like when you get an audition, they'll give you a drawing of the character and a brief character description and what they call sides, which is a portion of the script. And then you as the actor have to try to think what the creative people would want that to sound like. And then with that, when you get to a callback, luckily, they'll say, oh, now we want her a little older, a little younger, give her braces, make her chubbier, make her from Sweden, make her a dude. And you gotta kind of be ready to play with it. So it's a very collaborative process, and you can't really say, make it silly or whatever the actual quote was, or make it serious, because that's gonna depend on the show. If it's a serious show, like the one that you guys want back, then it's gonna be a more serious take.
But if you're doing something silly, then you're gonna be crazy and hardcore.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's AJ.
AJ's very excited.
Yes, extremely excited. Before I ask my question, I want to tell you this, Miss Strong. When I play Injustice 2, Harley Quinn is my main.
Thanks, Button.
And I want to know, what is your favorite character to do any day of the week?
Oh, well, right now I'm doing Rocky, which is super fun, and obviously Titans and Ben 10 and Unikitty is really fun. And I'm doing another DC Girls. Lauren Faust has a new one coming out. It's great, so I get to play Harley, Batgirl, Raven, and Ivy, I think, in that. Anyway, you guys think you have an identity crisis, but my favorite job of all time was The Little Mermaid 2, because I got to sing with Jodie Benson, and I was like fangirling. Yeah, so that's always got a real special place in my heart. But I love doing Powerpuff Girls and Fairly Odd Parents, and I don't know what horseshoe I was born under, but they're all such amazing legacy characters, so it would be hard to choose which is my top, so I just usually say Melody.
All right, but my main favorite is Bubbles.
Buzzles? That's a new character.
Yeah, I
She's a
consider-
cross between Bubbles and a buzzing bee.
Yeah,
Internet, get busy!
Buzzles.
yeah, Bubbles is my favorite because she's hardcore.
She is hardcore.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye. Buzzles. Buzzles is even harder core. She'll sting you with her buzzle booty.
Hello, Mrs. Strong. I think it's pretty safe to... My name is Dante, by the way. I think it's pretty safe to say you voiced/babysat every person in this
Hey,
audience.
where's my babysitting money at?
My question for you is this. If by some random happenstance you didn't basically become the voice of all of our childhoods, where do you think your life would have gone in terms of your careers and whatnot?
Well, I started out in Toronto. I was 13, and I did theater and on camera and animation. So I assume that if one thing took off and hindered me from doing more animation, it would still be within the performance community, because since 3 years old, that's all I ever wanted to do. I guess if that didn't work out, it would be animals, because I'm crazy for animals.
Thank you. And as a fellow theater person, and I'm pretty sure when they say break a leg, they mean that figuratively, unless that's changed recently.
I guess I goofed. You got it wrong.
Well, it might have changed in the last few years, but I was always taught one way. You may have been taught another way.
Darn it.
All right, thanks for your question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Daniel. My question has a double meaning. If you didn't get the role of Twilight, which of the main six would you actually voice very well? If so, do you actually try to get one of their roles?
Well, Lauren Faust came to my house. I met her doing Powerpuff Girls, and she had all these gorgeous drawings from Equestria, and she asked if I would lay down 3 of the lead ponies so that she could pitch the show. And we went to my studio in my house, and she actually thought I was going to be Pinkie Pie because she's a lot like Bubbles. And she said as soon as she heard me do Twilight, she knew that I was her Twily. So I didn't have to actually audition like a regular process. So I guess if you think about it, Pinkie Pie would be like the smartest choice after Twilight.
Yeah, she is pretty joyful.
Yeah, she is. And Andrea does such a great job. I can't imagine anyone else being Pinkie Pie. She's crazy.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your question. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Paul.
Hokey smokes, your name's Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle's always so dumb.
I forget my own name sometimes.
See, told ya.
I have one serious question and one silly question to end on. Has the new Rocky and Bullwinkle on Amazon Prime been officially renewed yet?
I think so. I'm not sure. But the next seasons, as it goes, it just gets better and better. And I wish I could give you guys some spoilers, but it's so funny. And it's just constantly blowing my mind with the animation. I'm always taking screenshots. They're like, don't post that. Like, I won't. But it's a really beautiful show.
And the silly question I have is, hey, Rookie, want to see me pull a rabbit out of my hat?
Well, not in that outfit. Back away from the mic, sir.
That was amazing. Thank you for your question. That was so fun. Hi, what's your name?
Hey Tara, my name is Daniel. First of all, I wanted to welcome you to the great state of Florida. I hope you're having a great time. Second of all, as I'm sure we're all aware, you have a very long and illustrious career where you've done a lot of different roles, both minor and major. And I wanted to ask you, is there a role that either you've been offered or one that you've coveted personally that you kind of regret not getting?
Well, I wasn't here when I was still in Toronto when they were auditioning The Simpsons. So that probably would have been a nice gig to get. Probably that. But everything else, I've been so lucky, I can't really complain.
Fair enough. Thank you for your time.
All right, hi, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Chris Turner. I'm an award-winning filmmaker, actor, and cosplayer. Ms. Strong, it's an honor to meet you. You're a big influence to aspiring a voice actor like myself, because I've watched you over the years through my childhood and adulthood, right now. But what advice do you have for aspiring voice actors?
I always say to take as many acting classes as you can, scene study, improv, voice lessons, because if you take a singing lesson, you work that muscle. It's a muscle, right? And then Dee Baker has a website that's free that you can learn everything you need to know about getting into voiceover. So if you Google Dee Baker, D-E-E, Baker, like he's baking a cake, I think it's called I Want to Be a Voice Actor, something like that. And it's all free information.
Oh, cool. Like our cosplay?
I like it. You guys look great.
From your show. All right,
I think a ghost did it.
Yeah, we gotta use our PKA meters. Thank you.
All right, we're back in business. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Vanessa, and I know you have a long, long list of characters you've done, so this might be a really hard question for you, but who do you feel you relate to the most, and it was really easy to get into your role, but also, who do you feel you relate to the least, and it was the hardest to get into your role?
Well, in terms of vocally, Batgirl is the only thing that's really my own voice, so that's pretty easy for me vocally. Personality-wise, I'd say Bubbles, just because by nature, I'm a real Pollyanna. It makes my friends crazy. I just automatically assume people are good, and so I have a very sweet side to me, but when I'm pissed off, I'm Bubble Vicious. I've sort of got the two sides of Bubbles going on, for sure. There was one more part of your question.
Oh, and who do you feel that was the hardest to get into the role?
Probably Terrence, because he's the antithesis of Bubbles. And it was also the hardest vocally, because he was always so you're a loser. He was always screaming in that crazy, but a lot of people didn't know that was me, and I'm like, well, it's because I'm a genius, so.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, hi, what's your name?
My name's Chris. Thanks. I saw you yesterday and you signed my poster. Thank you for that. But as an aspiring voice actor for over 2 years now, I just got to ask, how do you manage this? You've got so many roles over the years. How do you just find the time for social life going to cons, and still getting a crap ton of roles? How do you do it? And I don't
know, you know, I have wonderful agents and assistants that help me stay on track, and when you're used to being busy all the time, it's just kind of what you do.
All right, fair enough.
All right, thanks for your question. Hey, what's up? What's your name?
Hello, my name's Anthony. It's a pleasure to meet you again, Ms. Strong. I met you back at NYCC last year. First of all, I want to thank you again for voicing my childhood, and another, I love how vocally you are on protesting Trump. And
what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. I'm so shy about that.
So I'm going to be the one to say thank you for all of that. It's very inspiring to see you do that. So my one question for you, with all the cartoon revivals we're having from Thundercats to Ed, Edd and Eddy to a bunch of others, if you can bring back one old show that you loved and voice a character, what would it be?
It's gonna have to be a toss-up between OG Powerpuff Girls and I'd probably rip off your arm to redo Drawn Together. Yeah. I was doing that at the same time that I was doing Rugrats. And my mother-in-law was visiting and she came to my gigs with me, and first was Rugrats, which was very wholesome and sweet. And then I said, okay, we're going to my next job, and it's not the Rugrats. And so to spend your day doing kid voices and then get in the booth and sing swear words was really fun.
Thank you, you have a nice day.
All right, thanks for your question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Noelle, actor. I've done a lot of commercial voice work, but I've been trying to switch into character voice work. My biggest challenge has been changing the voice because I can do accents quite well, and I was wondering if any tips or tricks for changing the actual voice, because I can never tell until half the time when it comes to the credits. I'm like, it's Tara! Again! What?
Well, you know, it's obviously practice is everything, and like I said, take singing lessons so you can learn the highest and lowest parts of your voice and where your strengths are. And I used to every toy had a voice, every pet had a voice, and you just got to play around and see, what other voices you can do. It's not the most important thing to be extremely versatile, although it's helpful because the way the SAG union works is they can hire one actor to do up to 3 different parts. So they're obviously going to prefer somebody that's versatile, but then you have these actors that have unusual voices and only do one thing, but they make a lot of money that way and are successful too. So it's not so important, so don't beat yourself up if you don't have a million voices.
Thank you so much.
All right, hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Eddie. So throughout your career, you've worked for so many different studios and companies, all the way from Cartoon Network to Nickelodeon. Have you seen any major differences in between all these major studios in the way they work or their administrative side or anything like that?
They're all pretty wonderful to work for. I don't have any complaints. I guess the only thing that I really love about Disney character voices is once you're Mickey till you can't do it anymore, or Goofy or any of their legacy characters, and you're on the rides and the toys and the games and the shows, and I think the fans really gravitate towards their favorite performers. And sometimes when you create a character or jump into a role, you feel very, very connected to it. So it's really frustrating when they're like, this time we're gonna try this A-lister to do this voice, and that gets heartbreaking. So I love that because you guys love when it's someone that you know and you've fallen in love with that voice, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if they redid season 6 and then brought in Britney Spears to be Raven, y'all would be pissed off, right? Yeah. So that's the one thing I like. But as a working environment, they're all really great to work for, and I'm super grateful every time I walk in. And Nickelodeon's really colorful and awesome, and Cartoon Network is amazing. My kids grew up there, so they weren't so excited to go to school because
what an amazing job.
Yeah, they grew up at Nickelodeon with all these crazy actors coming at them and seeing the artists at work. It's a really amazing career.
Thank you very much.
All right, hey, how are you? What's your name?
Hello, my name is Shantae, like the video game. But I would like to ask you, what is your favorite scene you like to do from Lollipop Chainsaw?
Did you guys see the video that someone made of Twilight doing Juliet's lines? Have any of you seen that? Yeah. I highly recommend Googling it for a laugh. It's just like Twilight saying stuff like, oh, my boyfriend thinks my butt's too big. That kind of stuff. Probably the gonorrhea face line. Oh my God. Yeah, and if there's actually a video of that where I'm saying, "You've got gonorrhea face," and I'm looking at James Gunn, he's like, "Why are you looking at me when you say that?" And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe because you're gonorrhea face.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your question. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Dorian. I was wondering my question is, how'd you get your start into voice acting? Like, what was a good start for you?
Well, my first job was Hello Kitty when I was 13. And I really didn't know that I was going to do primarily voiceover, so I just sort of fell into it from my acting agent that I'd already done some other stuff with. And so, like I said, I didn't really know. Some people know, like, I only want to do cartoons. I didn't know that that was going to be my main thing.
All right, thank you.
All right, hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Kayla. I was wondering if you could be one other Teen Titans Go character, which one would you be?
Well, you know, at the audition, I thought I was going to get Starfire because the character description for that audition said she's an older Bubbles. And I'm like, well, I'm an older Bubbles. So I thought for sure I was going to get Starfire. And at the same time, I was doing Batgirl, Kylie from Extreme Ghostbusters, Sharina Wicket, and Ingrid Third, who are all like really dark, tragic teenage roles. So I thought, how would I differentiate for Raven? And I didn't really know what I was going to do at the audition. And I just sort of did my own sort of voice. And on my way out, I said to the director, Andrea Romano, can I just try one more thing? And she said, sure. And just last minute, I had this idea that every time she spoke, she had this weird little roll going on. And they all kind of looked at me and were like, oh yeah, that's Raven. So it kind of just happened. But I guess I'd be Starfire.
Thank you.
And great costume. Whatever.
Let me do that. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, my name's Nat, and I would like to know why is it that you didn't voice the Raven for the two movies that came out, the Teen Titans versus Justice League, or some, I forgot what they're called, but how come you didn't voice Raven for those?
See, this is what I'm talking about. And the real answer is sometimes studios make mistakes.
I could have done a better Raven.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing for sure. If you're ever wondering if your favorite voice actor does not come back for a role, if it's because of money, it's not. I have never in my life met a voice actor that says, nah, I don't really want to go do Timmy Turner, I don't want to go do Bubbles again. It's always a decision made by the network for a creative purpose, that they want to try someone else, or they want to bring in a big celebrity. But if we're asked to do a show again, most of us will do it for like the scale rate, just to get back in those shoes. So just know that we love the characters just as much as you guys do, so thank you so much for all your support. We're really nothing without you guys, and when you guys show us love, it means so much to us too, and that's why we come here, to give it back to you guys, so thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Emma, and one of my favorite Marvel works is Marvel 1602. I've always wanted a DC version of it, and if you were to be in it, animated or non, how do you think being in the 1600s, possibly in England, would affect your decisions with the Harley acting?
Well, you know, I've done so many versions of Harley. It's so fun. Did you guys see the Batman Ninja movie?
Yes.
That was crazy. And it was such a beautiful art. Like, I was watching and I'm like, wow, this makes no sense, but I love it so much. And I guess every time she's in a new situation, it's just determined how I act in that situation. For instance, the DC Superhero Girls is like a younger, lighter Harley. And then, did you guys see that really dark Bruce Timm one that I did where she was like crazier than the Joker? So that was a whole other thing. So I guess that would just, it'd be fun if they gave Harley some like old English stuff to say.
Yeah, Shakespearean stuff.
Yeah, Shakespearean stuff. Like, doth thou love me, puddin'? Yeah. What would puddin' be? Puddin'-elf? I don't know.
You're welcome.
All right, we have about 5 minutes left, so we're gonna have to cut the line off at some point. Do you want to pick someone? Maybe.
Well, can we stop at the dancing guy?
Yeah, dancing guy. You're gonna be our last question with the wig there.
Sorry, I didn't see anyone past him. The lights on my face.
All right, hey, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Kalen, and I just have 2 questions. First of all, you do a great job with voice acting. Very legendary, like Tom Kenny. Thing is though, how was it working as Truffles in Chowder?
Oh my gosh, that would be another one that I'd love to bring back.
Honey, we got an order! Does my butt look fat? Mungo's Catering Company, you book it way.
It was so much fun. They should have done 10 seasons of that before. We had so much fun. And did you see the episode where we ran out of money and had the car
I was
wash?
gonna say that. No money means no animation. And then I just see you and the whole cast.
In the studio. Did you see that one?
No.
They ran out of money to finish the show, so they cut to the actors in the studio. And we're in the voices, and Mungdo's like, what do we do to save the show? And I'm like, I don't know. And then we have a car wash on the roof of Cartoon Network. And then we earned enough money to get back to the animation.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's fun.
Right.
I miss that show a lot.
I know, thank you.
Alrighty. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Karina, and I have a question. And I love your show as you play a Raven. How do you know if you might end up making BB Ray come back?
Listen, BB Ray never went anywhere, okay? He's always BB Ray. Just let that Tara girl know for me, okay? Yeah! You better back off my man.
I love how you can snap in and out of any character at a moment's notice. It's like they live in your head.
That's exactly right. Once I create a character, they live in my head, and when it's their turn to come down, they just do. Basically, I'm a highly paid crazy person.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your question. Come on up, what's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Adrian. Yeah, Rocky reference. I have a question. I know I tweeted this before, months back. I was wondering if you were aware that Death Battle from Screw Attack, they made a matchup between Twilight Sparkle versus Raven.
I remember that. I watched it.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
Oh, well, I don't want to spoil, but just you might want to check it out. But I was wondering, regardless of the results from the video, what would have been your choice for the winner?
Between Raven
based on
and-
your experience.
Are we between Raven and
Twilight?
Yes. Okay, let's get a round of applause for Raven.
Okay, and how about for Twilight?
I think Raven's got it. Thanks, audience.
Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, step on up. What's your name?
Jonathan.
All right, what's your question?
Well, I also being a true Tartakovsky fan, what do you think about Princess Ilana and Ashi being two of a kind as, BFFs?
Well, I'd love if Symbiotic Titan came back, and I'd also love if maybe Ashi's like alive in an alternate universe, so maybe they can go hang out. That'd be awesome.
Thank you very
Sure.
much.
Thanks for your question. Hey, step on up. What's your question?
Hi, my name is Mark. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for being a majority of the voices of my childhood. And I absolutely love you. Second, I was wondering if you were to choose any future voice acting gigs, are there any potential characters in video games, animes, or cartoons that you would really jump to have an opportunity at voicing?
They're all so great, and I love getting, when I found out I was going to be Batgirl again in The Killing Joke, I was so excited. I just love what I do. So if any of them come back, which they do, it's always fun. And it's so funny, video games can be very taxing on your voice because it's just you for 4 hours. When you're doing a series, you guys get to all work together and play off each other, and that's helpful from an acting perspective, because if someone's line is, "Let's get out of here," you might go, "Okay," in response. And a video game is just you, and even if it's not screaming the whole time, it can be taxing. So it's not my favorite thing to do because I'm not playing off other actors and you get tired, but anytime I get invited to do a Harley game, I'm so stoked. It's like my way to get out all my frustrations, I could scream all day as Harley.
And I just wanted to say Raven is just like my ultimate bias, and I made her an injustice all the time.
Aww.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for your question. Hey, step on up. What's your name? And what's your question?
Hello, my name is Luca. I was wondering, you probably get this a lot.
Yes, I'm married.
What is the hardest voice acting role for you to do? Like afterwards, you need a real glass of water.
That was Terrence, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Did you see that show?
I used to watch it.
Yeah?
Little, yeah. Nice to meet you.
You too. Go sit down.
Hello, all you mamas in the room. For those who don't remember, the name's Bravo. Johnny Bravo, the sassiest, studliest, and hottest free agent in Cartoon Network history. And I've got a question for my old colleague Bubbles right there. Now, granted, it's not a Cartoon Network question, but I'm sure it's a question we'd all like to know. With rumor has it that Generation 4 of FIM coming to an imminent end with Generation 5 possibly on the horizon, what would you say to the audience at home would be a role you would like to portray if Generation 5 gets on the air for all the MLP fans in the house?
Wait, what's the question?
Sorry. With rumors going on of Generation 4 of the FIM series.
Look, the rumors are we're not back, so I don't like it. Thanks for your question.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. I wish them all the best of luck. I'm not in it if they do that, so, you know, you're gonna have to miss me.
all right then.
Thanks.
All right, Johnny Bravo, thank you for your question. All right, these are going to be our last two right here. So, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Victoria. You voiced my childhood, and now you're voicing my daughter's childhood. I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome.
She unfortunately could not be here. I was just wondering if I could get a quick hello on camera.
Do you have to start on me? What's her favorite show that I do?
She Teen Titans all the way.
Okay, so I'm going to start, and then I want you to circle around to the audience. What's her name?
Her name is Suki.
Suki?
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Hi, Suki. This is Raven. Azrath Metrion Zinthos. Now the whole audience is going to say it with me. Ready, guys? Azrath Metrion Zinthos.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome. Wow. All right, our final question. Make it a good one. What's your name?
All right, my name is Ruben, and let's see. All right, so when doing Raven, or pretty much any character, since you have a vast talent that you can tap into, do you have to feel that you have to have a certain emotional state when you do that character, or you just jump into it, and then while doing that character for a whole episode, do you then feel like that character? Like, for example, with Raven again, do you feel that depressed? Because sometimes I'm listening to Raven as I'm watching the episode, I'm like, dang, Raven's...
Am I depressing you?
No.
Oh,
Well,
no!
just a little bit. But at the same time, considering now that there's a possibility of a season 6, I'm thinking that Raven could potentially not actually be as depressed, because you might want to try and bring up Beast Boy, because Beast Boy might, feel some kind of way about,
You should do the end of commercials when they say this could give you this kind of rash if you take this drug.
Yeah, I can do that. I just need to find a way to be able to get myself involved with this kind of thing. I need to hate.
So, a lot of people say you're just reading off a script, but actually the voice actors are trained actors, and rather than have the action in front of us with lighting and sets, we have to imagine what's happening in our minds. And so when I'm in there, I actually can see myself as these characters, and it's definitely emotional while I'm in it. Like in the game when the Joker dies.
This is not a spoiler. If you haven't played that yet, you shouldn't be here.
I really cried. I was really sad when the Joker died. So we put ourselves in these situations, and luckily for my family, I don't bring it home, because that would be really weird. Although my son did say, Mom, some kids never know if their moms really love them, but I'm never going to know my mom's real voice.
Sorry!
Beast Boy Raven, season 6, make it happen. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your question. Everybody, thank you all for being here.
Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome.
Now, before we